patience. So fuck if you doubted me, cause at the end of the day, it's me looking out for me, my motivation. So fuck if.
Hi everyone, how you doing? I am back with another one. I just wanted to come on real quick and can we just talk about the BET Awards? I mean, I was watching the BET Awards. I think the last time I watched the BET Awards was when Will and Jada hosted the BET Awards, like a good. Other than that, I've been not into the BET Awards because I felt like it was struggling. But last night, so obviously it wasn't live because of the whole pandemic that's going on with the COVID-19. But I did love what they did. They pretty much was woke the whole time. And the fact that they had Amanda Seales to host it, which is one of the wokest Black females that we have in our culture right now, was amazing. The commercials that they had, I mean, yeah, they had different, Taco Bell commercials or whatever. But when they did have commercials, every commercial was woke as hell. And every commercial I could relate to. I was just taken aback on how awesome BET came through for this segment. Like, when I tell you that BET did their thing, BET, now is the time to speak up, and y'all definitely took this time to speak up. I am by far coming back to BET to watch y'all because I really thought BET was nothing but sellouts. I'll be honest with you, I felt like they were no longer Black entertainment. I thought they were just, I'm trying to reach everybody, trying to get, everybody as much as I can. But obviously you see everybody's not accepting us. And all we want is for Black lives to matter. And they're flipping it to make it all lives matter. Now, let me take a segment away from BET and come back to Black lives, all lives matter. We understand all lives matter. We understand that. We get that. What we just want is for Black lives to matter. Can we just matter? Like, can we just get some kind of equality? The same thing that you have? Can we, live in a diverse world where we're all treated equally? We have equal rights. Constitutional rights isn't being stolen from us. Like, can we just have that? That's all we want. That is all we want. Just to be equal. Just to be looked at as a human being. Not as the color of my skin. Just to be, approached as a person and, not having to worry if Karen is going to feel uncomfortable by my presence. Because, maybe what I'm wearing is insulting to her, or how my hair is done is not of your standards. Oh, your hair look ghetto. No, my hair is in a protective style, sweetie. Okay? If you can't understand the protective style, then I'm sorry. You're ignorant. Come back to BET. BET, all your encouraging words, all your my favorite commercial that they had. My favorite commercial that they had was with the Black man when he was with his child. He was with his young son and he was getting stared at by, different white people, and then he just shook his head. And towards the ending, he ended up coming into the courtroom, and then, you have the lawyers and you have everybody's watching, and then the camera turns around and the Black man was a judge. And that message was, it doesn't matter what we do in our career, outside of our career, we still being judged. Like, I remember I went on an interview and they was like, oh, you worked at Cornell University? Yes, I worked at Cornell University. Is that a problem? Like, is it that unbelievable that me as a black person could work at a prestige hospital? Then there was another, they were giving an honoree to the young man who was the first African-American valedictorian at Princeton. And I was like, yes, King, yes. Because honestly, we would never know that if, you know, BET didn't take this time to like, yo, the time is now. We need to speak up. And I feel like BET, y'all did an amazing job. I mean, it's pretty much all black artists. Majority of the artists, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I had no idea who they were. But I like the fact that they took the opportunity to have all these artists that are black and they are not that, you know, relevant, or maybe wrong word, but they're not, you know, known in the globe. But hopefully, you know, Columbia, Atlantic Records, you know, RCA, you know, all of them labels, they were watching BET and they was like, oh, let me see this one, let me sign this one. Maybe they are signed and I don't know, and maybe they'll give them more clout because some of their musics were interesting in a way where, you know, okay, I would listen to that, or, you know, you lost me on that one. You know, at the end of the day, BET, you were woke. Thank you for being woke. Thank you for getting your, you know, confidence back and not worrying about what society has to constantly say. Thank you for keeping us, you know, relevant and keeping us in the now of what's going on. Can I just tell you guys, I'm like, I have to go back to the commercials because every commercial that I watch, I'm like, dang, that is so true. I was just so like taken into what was going on. Like, I truly did love all the commercials. I did. So if y'all didn't see the BET Awards, go see it. I'm sure there's a rerun somewhere out there. Amanda Seales, you did a funny skit with the Karens. I absolutely thought it was hilarious. She had like, I guess they were social distancing on Zoom or whatever, and there were 4 white girls. Amanda Seales was acting like she was white, and she, you know, pretty much called them out for constantly, you know, judging us and all that other stuff. I think one of the Karens was like, I am not a racist. I would never. It was just surprising that she, you know, had that. It was like stuff like that. Like, I remember I was telling my niece a story. One of the reasons why I left Cornell, this lady was surprised when I told her I had a nanny. And I don't know if everybody knows this about me, but those who run in my circle know that I have 2 personalities. 2. There's Katie Ann, who's professional at work. Katie Ann, who's professional, and then Sophia, she's pretty much in the back, down deep, and I try not to let her out, you know, because she she's the kind of person who is not too pleasant to deal with, let's just say the least. Anyway, so the lady, you know, sometimes when you call the patients in, they want to take their time and, you know, they want to have a little small talk, get to know you. I get you want to be comfortable. I understand that. Katie Ann is here to put that on for you. So first of all, the lady wasn't even a patient. It was her husband. So I brought the patient in, and the lady said, oh, what's your name? I said, Katie Ann. And she said, oh, that's an interesting name. I already knew, because this was like my 20th interesting name, and I already knew where this was going to. So I'm like, yep, it's just the name my mama gave me, you know? So Sophia peeked right there. Yeah, I didn't even see it. It's just the name my mother gave me. So the man who was the patient, he was like, oh, okay. So so is Dr. Kim in yet? You know, just trying to move stuff along. I was like, well, he is in. I just need to do your vital signs and all the workup. So she has to come back, Karen. Has to come back with the, so what does your name mean? And I'm like, well, I'm not really too sure. Then she said, oh, but didn't your mother give you that name? I said, well, my nanny was actually the one that gave it to my mom to name me with. She got stunned. She was like, your nanny? I said, yeah. We had a nanny when I was younger. You had a nanny? Sophia instantly appeared. And Sophia was like, what, I can't have a nanny? Like, Katie Ann would have answered, yeah, I had a nanny growing up. And, you know, continue. But because she kept persisting and coming at me, you got a nanny? Yeah. What? Am I supposed to have a nanny? Mr. Patient over here, he knew what was going on. And he was like, so is there any more questions you need to ask me? I was like, yeah. The last questions, I just need to know if you smoke. And he said, no, he didn't smoke. I said, do you drink? He said, yes. I said, how many glass do you have per week, per day, or what have you? He said, oh, I have a glass of wine every night. And I was like, I know why. Now, I thought I was saying that in my head, but see, Sophia came out and said it out loud, and she was like, I know why. And then the lady was like, the guy started smiling, but the lady was like, oh, what's your name again? And I said, my name is Katie Ann Anderson. So I said, sir, there's an EKG that I'm supposed to do, but I saw that you had one recently. So I'm gonna see with the doctor if we don't have to do this. Cause in my mind, Katie Ann's like, Sophia, we gotta go because you about to get me fired, girl. Sophia, you gotta get out. And Sophia is for the mess. She's like, let's go. Like, what? You coming at me? I'm gonna come at you. So, the guy patient was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I did have an EKG the other week. So you know what? I don't even think we need one. I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I got up and walked out with the EKG machine. So now I wait for Dr. Kim to come over, and he's like, hey, Kay, is everything finished? I was like, Dr. Kim, everything is done. But I'm going to let you know right now. You might have a complaint coming in. And he said, okay, hold on. And then he checked who patient it is. And then he said, oh my God, Katie, and I'm so sorry. I was like, what? You ain't even here? He was like, I already see who it is. Is the wife in there? I said, yes. And he was like, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Now, Dr. Kim was an Asian guy. Hilarious. So anyway, so he go in the room. And, you know, I'm going about my day. I come back out and I bump into Dr. Kim. And he says, Katie, what did you say to her? I said, well, she was asking about my name. And like, where did it come from? What did it mean or whatever? And I told her it was just the name my mama gave me. And he was like, okay, that's the name your mama gave you. But what else happened? So I said, well, I was explaining to her where I got the name from and that my nanny gave my mom the name to name me. And he was like, okay. I was like, but she was stuck on the fact that I had a nanny. So all I said was, I can't have a nanny? And then he's like, yeah, you can't have a nanny. I said, I don't know. She made it seem like I couldn't have a nanny. I'm trying to explain what. I can't have a nanny. I want you to say why I can't have a nanny. And then he was like, okay. So what happened? I said, well, if what you're talking about, she's probably talking about the fact that when I asked Mr. So-and-so how many drinks he had, See, what had happened was a mistake came out, and I said I could see why you have a drink every day. And Dr. Kim was like, Kadian, I could understand why you came out like that, but you know, try your best to hold in those comments. I said, Dr. Kim, I really swear I thought it was in my head. It kind of came out the wrong way, but you know, she came for me. And you know, he understood. And it's like situations like that is why you Karens kind of get in trouble, because you guys are so stuck in your assumptions, which assumptions makes you an ass. And it's like, stop assuming that we of colored cannot have what you have. We may have to work as hard, but best believe we are doing our best to get it. And yes, I had a nanny when I was born. BT, thank you for your message. Thank you for allowing us to have commercials that are so relatable. Thank you for having even the L'Oreal commercials. Thank you for using people of color. Like, just thanks. Thanks for being woke as hell. And I hope that all the award shows can take your platform and follow. Like, just follow your lead. Just do what BET did, MTV and the Tonys. I'm not saying y'all gotta stay woke all the way, because you know y'all not black, so y'all not gonna ever understand what it means to be black, or of color. But what I do want you guys to take away is the fact that we do matter. Just give us some kind of equal rights. That way, in your bubble of saying all lives matter, we know that we're included. Because when you say all lives mattered, I just want to know, are we included? Like, will I be able to go to a job interview and not say, oh, you sound so educated? Because I'm sure you didn't tell Becky that she sounded educated. Love us just same way that we could love you. That's it. Yes, we have some bad patches. I'm not going to leave that out. We have bad patches. You do too. You do too. I'm just saying, like, in every family, there's a bad patch. And there's always a rebel within the family. And we're not saying that we don't have those. We do. But so do you. You guys have bad people in your sides as well. And that's just what it is. Now, the same equal punishment that your people is getting, we should get too. I read that a police officer accidentally discharged his gun and ended up getting 10 years for murder. But then you have these white police officers accidentally thinking it was a taser, but it was a gun, bop the person, and they get off. No indictment there. It's like little things like that. Treat us equally. That's all we're asking. That is all we're asking, for us to have some kind of equal rights, not questioning our Constitution, having the police officers follow the rule book, not making up rules and causing us to resist arrest, because that's your quote unquote the best reason as to why we have to get arrested, because we're resisting arrest. I just want you to know, we're not aggressive people. We are passionate people about who we are. We are passionate about our culture. We are passionate about our color. And we have been passionate for years, because you know what? God made us this way. And I as much as you guys want to believe this is not dirt, we were made from dirt. So I just want y'all to know God made us first. Love each other, love one another, treat people as you would want to be treated. These are all words that are in the Bible. I just want you guys to just love us and go watch the BET Awards. You're gonna enjoy it. Anyway, thanks for your time. Please like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. And I will see you next time. Mwah.
I'm a seasoned vet. They thought I was Aaron Rodgers. Wait, my G's in check. Do you believe I'm blessed? Permanently tattooed, allergic to fake. I'ma let it sneeze at you. Meantime in between, I let it breathe. That's cool. According to me.